From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Myself, my name is Ho. No one could do it better. Thing ain't lie. I done came through the block and everything that's fly. I'm like, I never claimed I had wings on.
Live from Rick Case Arena on the campus of Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is another Saturday afternoon of Sunshine State Conference basketball as the top team in the conference, the NSU Sharks. They are number 8 in the country at 14-2 overall, and 8-2 in the conference take on the last place team in Sunshine State Conference play, the Tampa Spartans, at 5-13 and 2-8 overall in conference play. Great to have you with us across Sunshine State Conference Network. I'm Jeremy Marks-Peltz. Got Troy Valeriano, Max Gallner helping out here as well. And this part of the Sunshine Shootout that is going on at Nova Southeastern University, as you had the women's team, they saw their four-game winning streak come to an end, lost by a point in the first part of the South Florida Showdown. And then later on, you're going to get to see the University School of Nova Southeastern, the high schoolers, go up against Riverdale. That game will follow us at 6 o'clock p.m. So we said it's a matchup of first and last as you take a look at some of the recent numbers for both teams. NSU, of course, a 102-97 exciting victory, which vaulted them to tying for first in the conference at Berry. They went to North Miami and won that game 102-97, so they come in with a 4-game winning streak. Tough loss for Tampa. They've had a lot of those this season. 85-77, hard-fought game at number 9 Florida Southern. And don't let the numbers fool you. Look at that bottom number on the screen. Even though NSU has a 6-game win streak against Tampa, even though they've never lost to the Spartans under Jim Crutchfield, that game on November 23rd, 2019, very, very close, not solidified till the final seconds as Nova won 81-77. And this Tampa team has played much better than its 5-13 record and 2-8 record in conference play indicates. More of the tale of the tape, and don't look any further than that points per game, because you're going to see a contrast in styles. Nova Southeastern, of course, a up and down, high pressure team on defense, loves to step on the accelerator on offense, and that is proven by their 104.6 points per game figure, which is only second to Jim Crutchfield's former team, West Liberty, in the country, easily leading the Sunshine State Conference. And they go up against a methodical, slower plodding offense in Tampa that is dead last in conference play at just over 68 points per game. However, Tampa is good defensively. They held Nova Southeastern's high-powered attack to just 81 points a couple of months ago, and they are the third best team in Sunshine State Conference play in terms of the defensive points allowed. NSU's actually dead last, but I mean, look, that's the cost of doing business when you run an offense and run a pressure defense like has been very successful here in the 3 years for Coach Crutchfield. As we said, NSU 8th overall in the country and tied with Florida Southern for number 1 in conference play. They have the head-to-head victory at Florida Southern. They won that earlier this season as FSU pays a visit here to Rick Case Arena later on next month. Barry right there, St. Leo, which will be the Sharks' next opponent at 7-3, so both just a game back, and then you got Tampa at 2-8. There are 2 victories this season in conference play, one against Lynn, which gave NSU one of its 2 defeats, and the other against Embry-Riddle, which is a very good conference team. So again, even though the records are completely opposite of each other, you might see a very competitive game. There's your starters, and Pat Bacon is the man to watch for. Number 25, he is the second leading scorer in conference play, averaging 22.6 points per game. And Bacon is really having to shoulder the load with Derek Felder, their third leading scorer, out, as well as their second leading points man, Jonathan Bryant Jr., who may not play as well. He normally comes off the bench for this Tampa team. As for the Sharks, it's their normal starting 5. Of course, Mark Matthews is a couple games removed from that record 45-point performance. He had his first double-double in quite a while against Barry, 17 points and 10 rebounds. He starts in the front court alongside Tsunohara with Smith, Ware, and Moranville in that wing position as that guard-forward hybrid. Let's pause for the national anthem.
Thank you, Dalton Scott. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rick Case Arena on the campus of Nova Southeastern University. Tonight's Sunshine State Conference game will feature the visiting University of Tampa Spartans and join Nova Southeastern Sharks in Game 2 of the South Florida Showdown. Now let's meet the participants for tonight's game. First, the starting lineup for our visitors out of Tampa, Florida. A 6'7" forward from Burgos, Serbia, number 0, Martin Lovkic. A 6'8" forward from Eckler, Georgia, number 3, Jacob Harris. A 5'11" guard from Plant City, Florida, number 10, Gio Diaz. A 7-foot forward from Dakar, Senegal, number 12, Kadeem Guy. And a 6-foot guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 25, Pat Bacon. Tampa is led by head coach Richard Smith. He is assisted by Justin Becca, Mark Waters, Thomas Akira, and Tim Russell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the starting lineup for your NSU Sharks. A 6'1" guard from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 2, Nick Smith. A 6'6" forward from Bonita Springs, Florida, number 5, Mark Matthews. A 6' guard from Ashford, Ohio, number 12, Matt Ware. A 6'8" forward from Bay Village, Ohio, number 13, RJ Sunahara. And a 6'2" guard from Uniontown, Ohio, number 14, Jake Moranville. The Sharks are led by head coach Jim Crutchfield in his third season. Coach Crutchfield is assisted by Jordan Key.
Well, there you have it, the national anthem and the starting lineups. Jim Crutchfield looking for win number 420. Of course, most of his career at West Liberty, but also continuing to rewrite the record books with this Sharks team, 14-2 in the gray tops and the gray shorts. Tampa in the road red tops and the red shorts with the black lettering and numbering, and it's a big front court. And number 12 on your screen is the biggest man in the Sunshine State Conference, an even 7 feet tall Kadeem Guy. He is a slender 245 as well, but they go 6'8", 6'7", and 7 foot across the front line. So here's Gio Diaz as Tampa controls the tip, guarded by Matt Ware. Lakovic. He has scored in double figures in 7 consecutive games, really bolstering the scoring load. Diaz all the way to the basket, found the opening, and scores the opening 2 of this ball game. Quickly up the floor, Nick Smith. Now Matt Ware. Matthews coming off that 17-10 rebound double-double. He had 24 in the first meeting. Matthews against the 7-footer Guy. Moranville. 12 on the shot clock, and Matthews in deep ties it up. So some patient offense there by NSU. Waiting for Mark Matthews to get open. They set up the press defense. It's easily broken by the Spartans, and on the other end, there's the first points of the game for Pat Bacon, and expect a lot more of that. Bacon nearly 23 per game. Matthews, meanwhile, trying to answer, and that ball will stay with the Sharks. This afternoon is a matchup of the second and third leading scorers in the SSC. They are separated by a 1/10 of a point. Beautiful dish there by Matt Ware, leading to the RJ Sunahara throwdown. So the RJ Jam ties it up at 4 with 1 minute and 30 seconds gone by in this game. There hasn't been a lot of touches for Bacon, who now has it just to the right of that Sharks logo. As Nick Smith, one of the best defenders in this NSU backcourt, has been denying him the ball. Now Bacon working on Smith. He's got 4 in the timer. Turns the corner. Smith floats one up. Desperation, no. Got his own rebound. And that one rattles off to Sunahara's hands. Boy, that's just a little exhibition of what Bacon can do as Ware connects from downtown. But going back to Bacon there, I mean, he had 4 seconds. He had a double team 30 feet from the basket, and he nearly scored. Going coast to coast and drawing the foul is Martin Lakovic. And he'll head to the line. Jake Moranville call for the foul, and we're about to see something that we didn't see at all in the first meeting between these two teams. Only 7 players for NSU participated in that game, and you got the full second 5 out of the scorers table. As the first free throw missed, that's Connor Zanich. Mikel Kolstad, who made his season debut against the Spartans. Eddie Puisis, Shane Hunter, and Lucas Spido. One more for Makovic, misses them both. And here's Kolstad, had a big game against Barry, including some buckets and free throws to help seal the deal in Miami on Saturday. Spido. Zanich trying to post up. Zanich into the lane, turns and hits the jump hook. Connor Zanich, the 6'6", 210-pound senior, muscling his way to a 9-4 Sharks lead. As they double-team Diaz, they still haven't broken half court. Nice laser pass there into Guy, who is not much of an offensive threat, even at that 7-foot stature. Bacon on the left wing. Make that Kolstad has him. Drive down the lane, and a good hanging bucket there by Lakovic. He'll have a chance at a three-point play. Connor Zanich called for the foul, and that first step very quick for the Serbian Martin Lakovic. He's 0 for 3 though at the line. Shoots 55% in the regular season. So 9-6 Sharks lead. 3 minutes gone by in this one. Zanich, ball fake, baseline, off 1 foot, they'll wave it off, offensive foul. And it'll be Zanich with the second foul in about 30 seconds. Looks like he put the forearm a little bit too much into Bacon. And now Bacon races into the front court, through the trap, bounce pass, and missing the dunk, and getting called for steps even before the jam was Kadeem Guy. So the Sharks doing a good job on the interior, recovering after that fast break. Hunter pulls up for 3. And that one gets the bounce. Shane Hunter said, why not? Nobody's got me, within 5 feet of the top of the key, as a near turnover forced at midcourt. I'll hoist one up, and it got the roll. Watch this English. Doink, doink, in. It's the reverse of the double doink. A missed field goal a couple of years ago for the Chicago Bears in a playoff game. 12-6 Sharks doubling up the Spartans. All sorts of pressure on Gio Diaz. The Plant City, Florida native gets it to Bacon. Bacon has the step. Bacon shot blocked by Sunahara. R.J. Sunahara, who averages nearly a swat and a half a game, putting the long arm to send that one out of bounds. 9 on the timer here for Tampa. It'll be Lakovic inbounding from the baseline right. Bacon usually looks for his own shot dribble. Handoff 3 from the wing, misses from Diaz. Weak side board, palm by Matthews as the starting 5 comes back in. Ware pull up 3. And that one gathered in by Lakovic as Matt Ware came into this game 4 for his last 6 from beyond the arc after a midseason slump from downtown. Diaz, they try a little pick and roll there with Guy. He's tied up. Possession arrow goes the other way, and we go to a media timeout. So NSU's offense starts off 5 out of 7. Forced a couple turnovers, and the Sharks doubling up Tampa early on here from NSU.
What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
Well, big day here at NSU and Rick Case Arena. You got not just 2, but 3 basketball games for the price of 1. The women's team competitive 1-point loss against Tampa. The men, of course, playing right now. And then you got the Nova University School playing a basketball game at 6 o'clock. It's all part of the 2nd annual South Florida Showdown. So Sharks back to action. They'll inbound underneath the basket up 12-6. Starting 5 comes in, and we got a foul away from the ball. And that foul will be called against Gio Diaz. His first foul. Only 8 active players available to play for Tampa. Quick pop off the inbound, and Mark Matthews rifles that one home. Matthews with his 2nd bucket. Always a guy, even with the big scoring numbers, always going to let the offense come to him. Case in point, after that 45-point game, at a modest 17, as another turnover forced. Here comes a 3-on-1. Matthews, pass behind Sunahara, a little behind the back to regain it, out to Smith. And Nick Smith with a three-pointer. So not exactly how it was drawn up, but the Sharks still able to cash in on the 3-on-1. It's 17-6. Meanwhile, a three from the corner, and that answered by Jacob Harris, his first shot of the game. And Harris only a 26% shooter from downtown. Oh, nice back cut there. Smith off the feed from Matthews. And the Sharks up by 11. Matthews, his second assist. Smith, 2 for 2. Diaz, double team, hooks it across the floor. Lakovic all the way in and scores. Well, they have had trouble with Martin Lakovic. 6 points, made all 3 of his shots. Smith going down the left side of the paint and getting that one to go in. And a baseball pass intercepted by Moranville as it poked away, but now it's safely into the hands of Matt Ware. Matthews across the floor. Ware, spot up. Bang! Matt Ware with a 3-ball. And the Sharks in command early, shooting 10 out of 12, 83% from the floor. Another foul. That one goes to Matt Ware. How about an 11-0 run, as you see, inside to outside passing. Penetration and Ware wide open, but an 11-0 edge, points off turnovers. Long lead pass, and circling back into the half-court set, Bacon. Bacon is Puisis guarding him. Second 5 coming in for Jim Crutchfield. Lakovic, that's a 2 for Bacon, and that's a rebound for Lucas Spidel. Kolstad to Carl Allenfall getting his first action. Double dribble handoff action, and Puisis nails the triple. Eddie Puisis shooting a sizzling 46% from the land of 3. Long lead pass and inside. The bucket there for Harris, who has 5 points in the early going. 27-12. We have not had a chance to catch our breath here. 12:55 left. Zanich, step through, went with the right on the footing and the left on the layup. Little hop, skip, and a scoop there for Connor Zanich. And another turnover. Allenfall able to save it before it goes out of bounds. Wide open straight away, and Mikkel Kolstad's not going to miss that. Mikkel Kolstad, one of the deadliest three-point shooters in the land. Nobody near him, and Kolstad says bullseye. It's a 20-point lead early on for NSU. Very different game unfolding, and we'll step aside.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
A 23-6 run by NSU has this game out of hand early on, and a 5-second violation is beautiful defense denying the feed by Connor Zanich. The Sharks have made all 8 of their last field goal tries, and they lead by 20. Puisis, catch and shoot from NBA range. 2 threes by Puisis as he goes way downtown there. Diaz took his eye off the ball. Puisis comes away with it. Here's Allenfall. Zanich calling for it on the weak side. Gets it on the baseline. Misses the hanger, but he'll go to the line. And these Sharks are dialed in right now. You see it's now a 16-2 run for NSU, and everybody getting into the action. Zanich taking on the 7-footer guy himself. So Connor Zanich is the line as the whole starting 5 ready to check back in. And Connor misses on the first free throw, 71% of the year. Certainly one thing you have to take into account early on is just the freshness of the Sharks. 11 players already on the floor. And meanwhile, no substitutions for Tampa. And these guys are going to get a lot of minutes because they have only 8 healthy bodies. Zanich comes up empty on both free-throw attempts. So 35-12. That's part of the reason, too, why you'll see that trap and that press, which Tampa was able to solve pretty well in that first meeting. Here's Bacon. Sunahara meets him on the double team. Throws it to the wing, and the three-point attempt is sent back by Zanich as Diaz tried to hoist one over top of him. That'll take us to a stoppage in play. 11:50 remaining in the opening half. It's all Nova Southeastern here in the second leg of the South Florida shootout.
Decide on the Flyers again?
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We're going to swap over to over 75 years of savings and service.
What, we're just going to swap over?
Yep, pump the brakes on this, swap it over to that.
What, instead of all this I've already...
Yeah.
Geico. Geico sequels. Classic Geico heroes starring in 6 new commercials with jaw-dropping savings.
Which way do I go? I don't know. I'm voting for our sequels.
Geico sequels. Vote and enter to win today.
When we were looking for a roommate, he wanted someone super quiet.
Yeah, and he wanted someone to help out with chores, so we got Jean-Pierre.
But one thing we could both agree on was getting Geico to help with renter's insurance.
He loves to vacuum.
Well, Shark fans, Geico's offering a special discount on car insurance to NSU alumni. Just visit geico.com/mydiscount. You get a free quote and mention you're an NSU alum. You can save even more with your special discount. Take a swing at savings. Contact Geico for your free quote today. Jeremy Marks Peltz back with you. It's the second leg of the South Florida showdown here. And this showdown has been dominated by your NSU Sharks. 35-12 lead as they harass Gio Diaz at midcourt. Diaz has absolutely nowhere to turn to and is going to have to take a timeout. That was nearly a foot height disadvantage there for Diaz at 5'11", trying to stare down the 6'8" with wingspan RJ Sunahara. Well, part of the showdown is got the sororities and the fraternities all coming out here. Of course, fans of all ages as well. Maybe that is a future member of an NSU sorority. So the crowd getting into it here early on. And we're going to have a little bit of fun like that guy. Is he banging his head or is he trying to do some air drums there? So what happens is a 23-point lead early on. So long inbound, they had 1 to shoot, and Bacon did not get that turnaround off in time, so that'll be turnover number 8 of this first half for Tampa. 17-0 edge in points off turnovers. NSU has hit its last 9 from the floor. Matthews out to Moranville, turns on the baseline. Matthews yo-yoing it, dribbled off his foot. Here comes Diaz the other way. Diaz way off the mark as he tried to rush that one with Moranville coming back. Here's Sunahara. Diaz goes in for the steal. Sunahara fumbles, recovers. Tic-tac-toe Matthews from the block with points 5 and 6. You see still wearing that sleeve on his right shoulder. As 8 different Shark players have scored in this game, and that's another turnover. Guy just as kind of stone hands in the paint. And meanwhile, first substitution coming in for the undermanned Tampa Spartans. Matthews short on the runner as Carnes comes in as the sixth man. Smith wide of the mark. Third chance, though. And here's Matthews in the triple threat position. Puts it on the deck. Flips it back out to Ware. Ware hooks it foul line. Matthews rises. And right down the pipe, Mark Matthews is 4 of 6. So 8 points for the third leading scorer in the Sunshine State Conference. Here comes the press. A 20-2 run now for the Sharks. Another turnover, and Matthews is going to get to double digits by basically picking up a rolling ball, taking 2 steps, and getting a lay-in. And another turnover off an errant pass. 41-12. Can they make it a 30-point lead? They might at the foul line as Smith gets hammered down low. 14-0 run, 22-2 run. You can pick whichever 2 are more impressive to you.
Nick Smith in the line.
And Nick Smith will go to the line. Smith with 7 straight double-figure games scoring and well on his way to number 8. He's got 7 points already. Hitting free throws at a 72% clip. Nick Smith out of Pittsburgh, PA, point guard, models his game after guys like T.J. McConnell, the former Ohio State standout Aaron Kraft. McConnell still in the NBA, member of the Indiana Pacers. So here is Carnes out to Lakovic. Lakovic all the way to the basket. Collision underneath and an offensive foul. The one guy that's been able to be dynamic in this game, Martin Lakovic, has been fearless taking to the basket. And watch, he's able to break the press and cut away there before that offensive foul, but just great job. It's a great job when you're able to set up your full court defense and then you still got a rim protector waiting for you. So just past the midway point of half number 1, all Sharks here. Allen fall. Hunter fakes the 3. Teardrops one from the foul line, and that goes in. That is the versatile all-around game of Shane Hunter. You don't always see it, averaging 4.8 points per game, but he's got a plethora of moves. Bacon across the floor. Lakovic. Back to Bacon. Jab step. Fires over Puisis. Rebound volleyballed around. Speared by Kolstad. And here come the Sharks looking to add to their 33-point lead. Allen fall. Drops it. Hunter eventually gets it. Puisis looking for 3 from 3. And the big guy, able to grab that missed rebound. And a pickpocket there by Zanic. 2-on-1. Zanic, beautiful reverse acrobatic layup goes. 18-0 run by the Sharks. And a steal. Zanic from the right side of the paint makes it a 20-0 run. 22-0 run, I should say. 49-12. This might be the biggest blowout you see this year, and we have had some absolute one-sided affairs. Zanic hanging. Oh, that's NBA style right there. Another turnover on a 10-second violation. We've seen all kinds of turnovers, every single kind basically. Offensive fouls, 5-second violations, 10-second violations, shot clock violations, you name them all. 15 turnovers now after that last one for the Spartans. Hunter again passes up the 3. Puisis calling for it. Allen fall curling in the lane. Zanic, plenty of time to shoot. Zanic all the way to the basket, and the blow-by was easy. Connor Zanic in double figures with 10. He's got 10, and Matthews with 10 points. Long pass gathered in by Harris. Now Carnes. And they'll try to reset with Lakovich. Little two-man game. Bacon, count the bucket high off the glass. And Pat Bacon will have a chance at a three-point play. Just 2 for 7 thus far. But a nice give and go there with Martin Lakovich. That'll break a 24-0 run, but it's still NSU putting the hurting on the Spartans late in the first half.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Well, they got a new promotion here at Rick Case Arena for 2020, and that's if the men's basketball team scores at least 105 points, then everybody in the stands will get buy one, get one free Blaze Pizza. And a couple times they've been very close. 103 points against, as you see there, women's basketball team also. They were close against Palm Beach Atlantic. Got to 103 points. And I don't want to jinx anything, but it's going to take quite a few scoring droughts to probably not get to 105. Allen fall on the offensive rebound. Hunter cuts into the lane, and he'll have a chance at a three-point play. In fact, one of the things to watch will be if the Sharks exceed their 81 points that they put up against Tampa. As watch Allen fall. He had an 11-assist game earlier this year and just circles around until he sees the big man flash to the basket. Third assist already for Allen fall, but that first game, again, 81-77. They might get to 81 by the time halftime's over. Baseball pass, they break the press, and there's the throwdown there. A little frustration probably hanging on the rim there by Martin Lakovich. Allen fall turning the corner. Back to Hunter. Just over 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Hunter puts it on the deck, dumps it down low. Zanich, another reverse layup, and he's fouled. About 4 different guys could have taken that shot, and there's the unselfishness. Hunter, the drive, draws the double team, and Zanich, the beneficiary. Just so much unselfishness, that ball moving around so much for NSU today. Already 18 assists in this game. Zanich able to complete the three-point play. He is 6 for 6 from the floor, 13 points for the senior out of Hagerstown, Maryland. And losing the ball near the scorer's table, Gio Diaz. And now the official on the far sideline is going to talk about it. And I think he is going to overrule the call with a little better vantage point, yes, and it'll be Tampa basketball. So now Bacon, and they double team him before he's even able to get to the three-point line. Lakovich for three. He's got a 9-point first half going. About the only positive for Tampa. Down by 37, and they'll get Hunter for the travel. And that'll prompt the starting 5 to get reinserted into this game. Eight different Sharks players have scored, led by Connor Zanich, 13. Mark Matthews 10, Nick Smith is 9. Here's Guy, the handoff to Gio Diaz. Diaz tries to muscle it through against Ware. Could not do it. Here comes Smith the other way. Moranville open. A little short. As Jake Moranville, just 3 points in his last 2+ games. Still been a great part of the starting lineup. Sunahara, the chase down block there on that Bacon layup attempt. And Smith just kind of pushes his man aside, and they're going to get him for the offensive foul. So the Sharks getting physical here with Tampa. Jim Crutchfield knows the situation. Nice pocket feed down the lane. Oh, and that's why Bacon is one of the best scorers in the Sunshine State Conference right there. Beautiful move, 57-22. Matthews off balance, misses. And here's Bacon. Leads a 3-on-2, races through 2 defenders, misses on the floater. And that'll create a fast break opportunity. Ware, back pass Smith. Out to Ware. Drives, spins, entry feed, Sudahara, that's 2 more. And that's Matt Ware in the playmaking role, 4 assists for the junior Ware. Sharks on top by 37. 3-pointer hoisted and missed by Jacob Harris. Sudahara sends it, Moranville gets the bucket there as Jake Moranville to step through in the score. And the Sharks past the 60-point mark, nearly forced turnover number 15. Lakovic down the lane, and they leave him all alone for Lakovic to bounce that one through. So he's in double figures with 11, but it has been all Sharks here in this first half. 37-point lead. Where is Smith fakes the screen. Now Matthews will set it. Ware, step back. That's a 2, but it's good. Well, let's go back to the 18:59 mark of the first half, courtesy of Max Gallner. It was 4-2 Tampa. And I know, that's just the first minute of the game. It's been 49-8 NSU since. Or NSU over the next 11 minutes, I should say. It's kind of not evened out, but Tampa's found a couple of buckets late. Ware, crossover, behind the back feed, Matthews. Spidle spotting up and nails the 13-footer. So Lucas Spidle with his first points off the bench. That'll be 9 Sharks that have found the score sheet. And Smith fouling Lakovic, getting free down low. That's the second team foul for Smith. 7th for NSU, but that's a shooting foul, so 2-shot opportunity. Lakovic finally hits a free throw. It was 0 for his first 3. Was not much of a factor in that game in November against NSU. He fouled out. 7 points, 6 rebounds. Already has 12 here in the first half. Make it a baker's dozen. The lead is 40. You heard that right, 40. Sunahara, hook pass. Matthews was able to lift that one over the 7-foot guy who was coming in late on the block shot opportunity. Mark Matthews with 12. And Jake Moranville intercepting that pass like a free safety. And here comes Smith. No look. Sunahara, spot up. Almost been that kind of first half when even RJ's been hitting threes. Has a foul in the backcourt. And that's going to take us to a media timeout. Boy, what a first half that NSU has put together. Number 8 team in the country with a 42-point bludgeoning of Tampa here in the first half. We'll be back.
Have we here another random school of fish? Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
Well, Richard Schmidt, the elder statesman of Tampa basketball, in his 37th season as the head coach, with over 680 victories to his name, and probably not one that he'll put in the vault of memories when he finally steps away from this game, as his team down by 42. He's been named the Sunshine State Conference Coach of the Year 6 times. They've had some good teams. Won their first 16 games back in the 2011 season. But lost a lot of players, have more injuries, and it's all amounted to a tough 5-13 campaign as Bacon reverses that one home, 68-28. NSU by 40. Moranville cut off on the drive, so he'll send it to Matthews. Matthews at the elbow. Sets the screen for Spidel. Spidel to the rim, lays it home. Second bucket for Lucas Spidel with some help there for Mark Matthews. And the Sharks over the 70-point mark here in this first half. Here's Bacon trying to power his way in through 2 defenders. That's not going to work, but UT will retain possession. The Spartans, like we said, have had an up and down basketball tenure, but they've been very good at some other sports, including they are the defending NCAA Division II champs in baseball. Matthews plows over a defender, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. It's his first foul. Won championships in soccer as well, and tennis. Women's basketball team, 12 straight victories. They get their 12th here earlier today, holding off the Sharks, who had a 4-game winning streak by 1. I tell you about baseball, a couple of famous names attached to the University of Tampa. Lou Piniella, of course, World Series winning manager with the Cincinnati Reds, and then later Seattle, and managed the Chicago Cubs. Tino Martinez, the great New York Yankees of those 90s World Series teams. Also on their coaching staff, although I don't think he's with them today, the name Timothy Russo, which, if you're a fan of baseball and you are a fan of Sports Talk Radio, you are very familiar with Christopher the Mad Dog Russo. That's his son, who is an assistant coach here at the University of Tampa. Mad Dog Russo himself, a graduate from Rollins College, who defeated NSU. So everything comes full circle here. So Diaz hits the second free throw, and the lead is 40 with just over 2 minutes left in this first half. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon, final Saturday here in the month of January. Matthews, beautiful dish to Smith. And Nick Smith in double figures with 11, so 8 in a row for Smith, reaching double figures. Got that points per game back up over 14. Racing down the floor, coming up empty Diaz. Matthews, before falling out of bounds, starts the break. Sunohara will let the flow catch up. Baseline, the spin by Moranville. That's another offensive foul. As the Tampa Spartans have been successful recently at going to the absorbing contact, and as you see there, drawing fouls. Sharks now with 10 team fouls. Minute and 37 left. Light pressure by NSU. Intensified a bit with Harris, and it's stolen away. Shane Hunter, 2-on-1. Will the big man get a dunk? Nope. Hunter is a good job coming back. Harris to break that one up. Had the 7-footer guy in between him anyway. NSU's given it away 7 times today. Tampa 17 turnovers. Make it 18. Hunter, one-hand feed just out of the reach of Eddie Puisis. That would have been something. Points off turnovers now 33-6. When we talked to Coach after the game, as you see there, not a bad first half shooting for Tampa when they've actually got a chance to shoot the ball. Just half the time they turn the ball over before they get past midcourt. But NSU, how about that? 77% in the first half. In November, they shot 63% in the first half against Tampa, but only led by 7. And nice defense there by Mikko Kolstad as Carnes stepped out of bounds along the sideline just in front of us. So under a minute to play, 72-30. Allenfall kicks it out. Zanich, Kolstad, long 2, or make it a 3 for Allenfall from the corner. And Lakovic comes away with it. He'll advance it himself to the line, to the lane with a behind-the-back dribble. And that was tremendous by Lakovic. Puisis on the other end. He drains the 3 right in the face of number 3, Jacob Harris. 75 points by NSU. Tampa allows 74 points per game. The Sharks have already exceeded that in the first half alone. Shot clock turned off, 43-point lead. And we'll see if Tampa holds for last shot. I'm sure they'll want to. Bacon against the much taller Allenfall. Bacon backpedals, 5 seconds. Throws it to Carnes. Lakovic with 1 at the horn, off the backboard. And that first half was a complete decimation. NSU sizzling from the field, 76% from the floor, 9 of 16 from 3, and their pressure defense forcing 20 turnovers in the first half. The Sharks all over the undermanned Tampa Spartans, 75-32. As we'll take a break, enjoy halftime. Some special events going on at Rick Case Arena here as part of the South Florida Showdown, and we'll be back with you just before the start of the second half.
Attention Shark fans, it's now time for this evening's halftime contest. Our $10,000 Rick Case Automotive Half-Court Shot Challenge. Our contestant has 25 seconds to make a layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot. If our contestant completes all within 25 seconds, Owen will win $10,000. Owen, are you ready? On your mark. Get set, go! Gotta get the free throw. 10 seconds. Thank you so much for playing.
During our Race for the Record sale,
you save even more.
This week at Rick Case, we're out to break the record, and we'll do whatever it takes to stay number one. Get our guaranteed lowest price on every new vehicle, or get your money back. Save up to $10,000. And only Rick Case doubles your nationwide factory warranty up to 20 years. We're racing for the record, and you're the winner. This week at every Rick Case dealership on I-75, 441, and on Sunrise at the Sawgrass. Or save time. Buy online at rickcase.com.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Geico sequels. Classic Geico heroes starring in 6 new commercials with jaw-dropping savings.
Which way do I go? I don't know. I'm voting for our sequels.
Geico sequels. Vote and enter to win today.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
You can get an MBA, or you can learn to master more than business. You can become a teacher, or an inspiration to future generations. And you can study medicine, or you can prepare to revolutionize it. With programs that offer a fast track to graduation, vast industry and alumni connections, and affordable tuition, NSU Sharks will always have the edge. Nova Southeastern University. Prepare to dominate.
We decide on the Flyers again?
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We're going to swap over to over 75 years of savings and service.
What, we're just going to swap over?
Yep, pump the brakes on this, swap it over to that.
What, instead of all this I've already...
Yeah.
Geico.
Myself, my name is O. No one could do it better. Thing ain't lie. I done came through the block and everything that's fly. I'm like, I never claimed I had wings on.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Back here in game number 2 of the South Florida Showdown at Nova Southeastern University. Jeremy Marks Peltz with you. A first half that was dominated by the Sharks, shooting 76% from the floor and forcing 20 turnovers. As you see, the points off the turnovers, 33-6. The bench, absolutely a one-sided number. The Sharks bench has come out to play, which has been led by Connor Zanaich's 13 points, but they're taking on a Tampa team that basically has their starting five, and that's pretty much it. Caleb Carnes played 4 minutes, but it is a severely undermanned Tampa team, and that is in part led to this 75-32 lopsided game. As we take a look at the full numbers, well, 10 different Sharks have scored. 10 different Sharks players have at least one assist, and 8 different Sharks players have recorded a steal. So that is all-around offensive and defensive domination, and Connor Zanaich at the top, right hand of your screen. 13 points on 6 of 6 shooting, your leading scorer. He has 4 assists, is in foul trouble with 3, but one of 3 double-figure scorers. Mark Matthews' triple-double watch is on for Matthews. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He's never had a triple-double in the Sharks' career. 4 double-doubles this season, and Nick Smith has 11. So, at the half, it's the Sharks up by 43. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the second half after this.
A race for the record sale.
You save even more.
This week at Rick Case, we're out to break the record, and we'll do whatever it takes to stay number 1. Get our guaranteed lowest price on every new vehicle, or get your money back. Save up to $10,000. And only Rick Case doubles your nationwide factory warranty up to 20 years. We're racing for the record, and you're the winner. This week at every Rick Case dealership on I-75, 441, and on Sunrise at the Sawgrass. Or save time. Buy online at rickcase.com.
Well, getting back to action here for NSU, and there was all the action in the first half. Nick Smith with 11 points. Connor Zanaich, he would not be denied. A lot of unselfishness. Eddie Puisis, one of his 3 3-pointers. Zanaich going airborne. Lucas Spido with 37 bench points for this NSU team. Shane Hunter got the 3. Great defense from R.J. Sunahara, and, well, it was that kind of first half for both teams. Sharks shot 76% in the first half. Mikkel Kolstad and Connor Zanaich going to come out to start the second half, so no Matt Ware and no Jake Moranville. And we'll see for guys like Mark Matthews and Nick Smith just how long they play in this second half. So the 7-footer, Kadeem Guy, an absolute non-factor in this first half. They double-team trap Bacon, as they have for most of this game, and Sunahara sends that one out of bounds with 8 seconds to shoot in the first half. Well, the one player that did play very well for Tampa, number 0, Martin Lakovich, as Pat Bacon going around a screen and scoring there. Bacon's now got 11, but Lakovich 15 points in the first half. Sunahara the dish, Matthews the finish, as both of them absolutely unafraid of the 7-footer guy. Mark Matthews just overpowering him, and he had to make a choice, either defend Sunahara or defend Matthews, and didn't really do either. The one-handed free throw that rolls off the rim. And we're going to have a foul the other way. R.J. Sunahara is going to get called for a foul off that free throw. So 28 points, by the way. I know you're counting, if you're at the stadium or if you're trying to hope that you get some Blaze Pizza some way, somehow from a friend at the stadium or family member. 105 points. They got 77 right now. Here's Lakovich trying to create space. Barnes, Lakovich, 4 in the shot clock. Turns and scores from the lane. 17 for Martin Lakovich. Began his career at Southeastern Community College, now a member of the Tampa Spartans. Backdoor feed, and Zanich has a 15-point afternoon. And Matthews with his 6th dime. So continuing to pad those numbers with the rebounds and the assists. And we could see another historic night here for Mark Matthews at Rick Case Arena. Bacon defended by Matthews. Goes to the right hand, turns, looks like he travels, no call, but his feed is stolen away. Here's Matthews in transition. Matthews to the goal, misses. Zanich the rebound, couple of up fakes as he was surrounded by 3 red shirts. And the Sharks unable to get points on that possession. Good defense by Tampa. Pull-up jumper off the window and good. The bank is open for Jacob Harris. Making his 7th start of the year. Harris, 4 points. It's already above his scoring average. Kolstad misses. Smith, 2nd possession. Kolstad weaving down the lane. And are they going to count the basket? No, they will not. Foul on Lakovic before the shot. So that's the 3rd on Lakovic. And here's Smith with Matthews setting the screen. Smith regaining the fumble. Nick Smith, baseline, pull-up. And Lakovic corrals that rebound. The biggest blowout for the Sharks in Sunshine State Conference play is there's the first bucket for Guy this year, 102-56 over Florida Tech. That was a 46-point victory. They're up by 39 here. Kolstad pulls up from the elbow. The Sharks open up just 2 of 7 from the floor here in the second half. Lakovic, a little hesitation move. Tried a pocket pass. Harris wasn't looking, but Spartans maintained possession. Bacon trying to go over Kolstad, and Michael's going to get called for the foul. That'll be his first. Team's 2nd foul, and now got wholesale substitutions, including Bryce Schneider coming into the game for the first time. Young man from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Well, playing his 8th game this season. 3-pointer for Diaz from the wing, too strong. And Schneider is a 3-point threat. Spidel double team. Carl Allenfall back to Spidel. He'll pop. And NSU, I guess things evening out in the second half. They got everything to fall in the first half, getting some good looks that aren't dropping here after intermission. Bacon. That's an air ball. So the cylinders have rims on them in the second half. Boy, Spidel splits the defense and then can't draw the iron on the layup. And there's another turnover. Here comes Puisis down the sideline. Hunter lost the handle. NSU's 10th turnover of this game. Jim Crutchfield at the head of that Shark bench, not thrilled with what he's seen thus far in the second half. The results out of hand, but on a crisp start here. Guy sets the screen. Bacon open for 3. He won't miss with that much space. Pat Bacon with 14 points. 79-43. Allenfall lost the handle on the dribble drive, gets it back. Now Schneider knifing into the lane, floats it up, no, but a foul. And that's going to be Lakovic's 4th. So he's in foul trouble. And NSU and Tampa headed to a timeout. 79-43, Sharks up big here as we start the second half.
Shark fans, let's hear it one last time for the NSU Shark fans.
They're the NSU Sharks cheerleaders. There's going to be at least 1-1 in terms of Shark teams winning in the South Florida Showdown here at Rick Case Arena. And I guess the University school will break the tie. So Sharks up by 37. Puisis baseline, pulls up, in and out. NSU 2 for 10 to start the second half. And they're still up by 36, 0 for their last 8 from the floor. So after making their first 2, they've misfired on their past 8 shot attempts. Diaz, one-on-one with Puisis, who pokes it away. Schneider running the break. Hunter with a right hand misses. Gets his own rebound. Hunter put back. That's good. And that breaks a string of 9 consecutive Shark misses. Also, that puts Shane Hunter in double figures with 10. Tie up along the far baseline. As this is how shorthanded Tampa is. Lakovic has 4 fouls. He's played the entire game, 25-plus minutes. And he's still out there. And Caleb Carnes comes back in. He's going to replace Gio Diaz, who is not a regular starter on this team. So the other 4 guys have played the distance. Here's Carnes. Schneider switches on him. 14 in the shot clock. Wonder if NSU will be looking to really try to get Lakovic out of this game. 2-3 zone with 6 on the timer. Deep 3 by Bacon, and he drains that one. Cold-blooded triple there by Pat Bacon, showing that shooting ability for the 6-footer. 17 points for Bacon as Hunter coughed it up trying to drive the lane. Only 5 different players have scored for Tampa. Lakovic and Bacon each with 17. Bacon slashing down the lane, count the basket and the foul, and he'll have a chance to get 20 with his free throw. And Allen Fall is going to get called for the foul. And here comes the starting 5 that began the second half of this game with Smith, Matthews, Sunohara, Kolstad, and Zanich. And Coach Crutch not happy with that span there by the second unit. As Tampa currently on a 12-2 run. Matthews sets the screen for Smith. Right back to Mark on the elbow. Sunohara muscling into the paint. Got the basket and the foul. I go right back to the first teamers, and R.J. Sunohara going right back to work. And fouling out of this game, Kadeem Guy. So the 7-footer picks up his 5th foul. He's out. You got Lakovic playing with 4 fouls.
R.J. Sunohara at the line 4.
And now Carl Swenson will come into this game. Averages just a couple points per game. Swenson replacing the disqualified Guy. And that pass goes airborne over everybody's head out of bounds. 83-48 Sharks. NSU is made just 2 out of their last 11, but back-to-back field goal tries. They were 0 for 9 at one point. And they're going to change the call and give the basketball to Tampa. Zanich leads with 15. Matthews has 14 points. And there's the steal. Mark Matthews, 2-on-1. Lead pass, Nick Smith. You knew that was going to happen. The floor general Matthews to his point guard Smith. And it's 85-48. Matthews now 14 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Harris on the wing. Sends it back between the rings to Lakovic. Switches from right to left in the drive, and he'll draw the foul. Good crafty move there by the Serbian Martin Lakovic. Nick Smith will pick up his third foul. Fifth team foul for the Sharks with 12:41 to play. So Zanich with 3 and Smith with 3 in terms of modest foul trouble. NSU also yet to hit a 3 in the second half after they were 9 of 16 from downtown in the first 20 minutes. So 36-point lead. Here's Zanich. Guarded by Swenson. Smith. Zanich puts it on the deck. He's had a big game. One-hander continues that big game. And how about Connor Zanich? He thought he was going to rise up, take a conventional jumper dunk, just flipped it up and in with a right hand. 17 points for Zanich. He has made all but one of his 9 tries. Swenson in front of that thinning Tampa Spartan bench. To Bacon on the wing. Zanich bodies up on him. Matthews now has him. He splits the double team. Bacon, reverse wild shot, no good. And a foul call that's going to go the other way. And that is going to be the 5th foul on Martin Lakovic. So he is fouled out of this game. So has the 7-footer Kadeem guy. They're running out of players to play for Tampa. And NSU just trying to run Tampa out of the gymnasium up by 38.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Jeremy Marks Phelps back with you in the Courtyard Marriott and Plantations. Proud to be a sponsor in the official hotel of NSU Athletics. The Courtyard Marriott Plantation, located just 3 miles from campus, right next to the Westfield Broward Shopping Mall. For more information on the special athletic department discount rate you may qualify for, visit plantationcourtyard.com or call 954-475-1100. Be sure to tell them you're a Shark fan to receive your discount. And very colorful, as you saw in the huddle a moment ago, a checkered jacket there for the legendary Richard Schmidt. Trying to do anything to fire up his team. By the way, the foul I mentioned on Lakovic, that was my mistake. It's Connor Zanich that was called. They got the Sharks for the foul, and that's why Lakovic was still able to shoot those free throws. Zanich picks up his 4th. Lakovic is still in the game with 4 fouls. So just to clear that up as Mark Matthews gets the bucket. Now a 3 from Harris. That one halfway down. Volleyballed out, and it'll go NSU's way. And we're seeing maybe the best all-around floor game for Mark the Shark. With 16 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Now puts it on the deck. Fade away. You betcha. 18 for Mark the Shark. And it's a 90-plus point game for NSU. So the Sharks, they missed 9 in a row at one point this second half, now have made their last 5. Swenson trying to throw an entry feed, and they'll get a foul on Mark Matthews, number 2 for the senior. You wonder, you look in this game, you got 2 guys that, well, Mark Matthews certainly in contention, and I would think probably the leading contender for Sunshine State Conference Player of the Year. He was on the first team last year. He was a newcomer of the year with just his all-around game. Of course, Pat Bacon has put up some eye-popping scoring numbers, but obviously you compare the team success. NSU going to be 15-2 after this game in Tampa in the basement of the conference at 5-14. Matthews, beautiful, feeds and Eich with a bucket, and Mark Matthews picks up his 9th assist. So we weren't kidding when we said triple-double watch. Matthews, the bullet feed, and Connor Zanich, meanwhile, putting together one of his best games of the season. 19 points. Just has to avoid picking up that 5th foul. Connor at 23 against Embry-Riddle. Last home game. Swenson pops out for a 3 and drains it. Carl Swenson coming off the bench to hit that 3. Here's Smith slashing down the lane. Sunahara providing the cleanup. And R.J. Jam is second of the night. 8 points, 7 boards for the freshman. 96-56 as we approach 10 minutes left in this game. Lakovic calling for it in the lane, has to come to the high post. Now puts the shoulder down, pitches back out. Harris, there's a 3. Jacob Harris knocks that one down. Ball down the other way. Matthews slashing in. Mark Matthews with 20 points. 29-7 for Mr. Matthews. Down the paint, Bacon trying to answer. He'll go to the line. And now Matthews going to get a rest. We'll see if he comes back into this game. As Connor Zanich, meanwhile, has fouled out of this one. But a tremendous, hard to believe, only 15 minutes for number 0. Goes 9 of 10 from the floor, 2 for 4 from the line. Connor Zanich, 20 points and 4 assists. Bacon misses. And here comes Lucas Spidel. Spidel, Hunter, Puisis, Schneider, Allenfall on the floor. They did not have a good trip on the floor last time out. Puisis wide open 3. And he says erase that from the memory bank. 4th triple of the afternoon for Eddie Puisis, who's in double figures. Nearly a steal from Allenfall on that sideline pass. 101-59. As we're just over 9 minutes left in this game. Sharks, after this one, will have a full week off. And then the surging St. Leo comes to town. Lakovic, eyeball to eyeball with Puisis. Lakovic blows past him, step through, misses from point-blank range. And here comes Schneider pushing up the floor. Hunter with a left-hand jam! Shane Hunter sends the crowd into a frenzy here at Rick Case Arena. 103-59, and the We Want Blaze chant starts here. Don't worry, you're going to get your Blaze. 8.5 minutes, and all you need is 2 points. It's buy one, get one free. If the men's basketball team scores 105 points, and they're going to get there for the first time since that promotion started. Bacon 1-1. They'll get another. I assume you can order some bacon on your Blaze Pizza if you want. That one hung around the rim and falls off. 3 players have played all 31 minutes. Puisis for Blaze Pizza. No. As you hear the crowd jack up the noise here a little bit. Here's Bacon. 3 defenders surrounding him. He got His shot blocked, but also got a piece of the face swiped. And it'll be Eddie Puises called for the foul, his third. And the Sharks now double bonus rest of the way. 8:14 left. So 2 free throws for Pat Bacon. He hits the first. 6-foot senior from Indianapolis, Indiana. 6 foot, 175 pounds. Kind of has that Kemba Walker-like game. He's a score-first guard, but a lot of quickness. Just a variety of moves, able to get to the basket. Has some range as well. Schneider, Allen fall from the wing. And next basket will mean Blaze Pizza. Hunter, couple of fakes. Puises triggers it up. And Blaze Pizza for the crowd here at Rick Case Arena. They are thrilled here on Greek night. Buy one, get one free for the fans here at Rick Case Arena. Huge block by Hunter. And now what can they do for an encore? They've already given pizza to the fans. And there's some 4-on-1 passing, and Bryce Schneider with a bucket. And Schneider the foul, preventing the easy fast break bucket from Vlahovic on the other end. And that'll take us to a timeout. This, the three that made the fans go wild. Maybe the most popular three this year for NSU basketball. Eddie Puises canned it.
A race for the record sale.
You save even more.
This week at Rick Case, we're out to break the record, and we'll do whatever it takes to stay number one. Get our guaranteed lowest price on every new vehicle, or get your money back. Save up to $10,000. And only Rick Case doubles your nationwide factory warranty up to 20 years. We're racing for the record, and you're the winner. This week at every Rick Case dealership on I-75, 441, and on Sunrise at the Sawgrass. Or save time. Buy online at rickcase.com.
Mr. M Sandwich Shop, proud sponsor of NSU Athletics. Is family owned and operated. And has been proudly serving South Florida for over 30 years. And the fraternities and the sororities of Nova Southeastern University know all about Mr. M Sandwich Shop, conveniently located across the street from campus on University Drive. Mr. M's offers a 5% discount to NSU students with a valid Shark card. Visit them online, MrMSSubs.com, or call 954-368-4057 to place an order for pickup or delivery. Mr. M Sandwich Shop. Their promise to you is you will never taste fresher soups, salads, and sandwiches, and you will be back for another taste. So 108-62. Sharks shooting 69% from the floor in this one, over 50 from three. They forced 24 turnovers. They've dominated the glass, a mind-boggling 32 assists. They might be within striking range of a record there. It's been a high-octane offensive night against basically a six-man Shark team. Hunter blocked. At first you don't succeed. Try and try again. Shane Hunter did. He's got 14. Maybe the best game of the season for the 6'10 freshman. And there's turnover number 25 as Carnes a little too out of reach. Up, and they'll say it was knocked out of bounds by the Sharks. As Justin Anderson has come to the game, he lost the ball. Schneider Euro step, short on the layup, but Puises fouled it up. Bryce Schneider showing, going back to his high school moves there, saying, yeah, you know what, I was able to do that in Myrtle Beach, so blowout game, why not? 112-63. Bacon's played the whole game. Carnes. Harris tried to go around the horn, nearly had it stolen away. Carnes a three. Good rebound there by Hunter as he gathered that one in with the right arm. Schneider, hook pass, Puises another open three. And what a feed there from Bryce Schneider. Eddie Puises, 17 points, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. Bacon, double teamed by Puisis near center court. Loops that pass to Harris. To Bacon, somehow slithering in, and he will earn a trip to the line. Boy, he is so quick. A 6-foot shifty guard. Bryce Schneider called for the foul. And Pat Bacon, tonight 4 of 7 from the line. It's 2 more. He's 4 of 7 from the line. Martin Lakovic, 8 of 13. And just taking a look at that empty bench. Lakovic is having that right knee. He's got an ice pack on his right knee right now and taping that up. So his evening looks to be done. Lucas Spidel not done scoring. Buries the 3. 7 points for the sophomore sniper from Frederiksberg, Denmark. 118-65. Nearly a steal for Allen Fall. Harris, baseline Carnes. Reverses it back to Harris. Puts it up from the foul line. Almost guided that one in as Shane Hunter's going to get called for the foul. First on the freshman who played his high school basketball nearby St. Thomas Aquinas. Speaking of high school basketball, we got the 3rd and final game of the South Florida Showdown as University School taking the court against Riverdale. That one starts at 6 p.m. after we're done. Harris hits the second free throw. Probably the largest crowd of the season they've had here at Rick Case. Schneider. Nice moves. Couldn't complete the pass, though. 3-on-1 the other way. And Swenson lays that one home with the left hand. Carl Swenson with 5 points. So 49-point lead for the Sharks. Allen Fall nearly had it stolen away. Allen Fall bobbing around. Spidel pops open for 3 right down the pipe for Lucas Spidel, and he's in double figures as well. So now 6 Shark players have scored at least 10 points. 20 each for Puisis, Zanich, and Matthews. Carnes wide right in the 3. 14 for Shane Hunter, 13 for Nick Smith, and 10 for Lucas Spidel. Puisis muscling to the basket, and that one redirected by Carnes. And the Sharks will get the basketball as R.J. Sunahara comes out. Shane Hunter will check back in. And for Mark Matthews to go along with those 20 points, he had 9 assists and 7 rebounds. They lob the inbound feed, and Hunter puts that one home with ease. Shane Hunter showing the wide variety of moves. 16 points in 13 minutes. And then Spidel looking like a striker there, going up the ladder for the steal and nearly had the contested basket. No, they're going to call an offensive foul on Lucas Spidel. Let's see, old down by 54, 50-50 call. It's not really a 50-50 call when the game is like this. Turnover, here comes Schneider, 3-on-1. Great defense by Harris, breaking that pass up. And the other way, Justin Anderson flips that one in. So credit Tampa really trying to play hard till the final whistle and creating some defensive turnovers here. Hunter spins, scoops, scores. Shane Hunter has been unstoppable here in this second half. 18 points overall for Hunter. 125-71. Diaz just 1 of 7, 4 points. Harris pops a 3. battle for the loose ball, won by Puisis. And now Shane Hunter. Maybe his first 20-point game in his sights. Eddie Puisis already there. Couldn't connect on the three. And that'll take us to a timeout. So Shane Hunter, nifty moves for the 6'10" big man from Parkland, Florida. And the Sharks about to take this one home.
You can get an MBA, or you can learn to master more than business. You can become a teacher, or an inspiration to future generations. And you can study medicine, or you can prepare to revolutionize it. With programs that offer a fast track to graduation, vast industry and alumni connections, and affordable tuition, NSU Sharks will always have the edge. Nova Southeastern University. Prepare to dominate.
Back with you for the final 3:08 here from Rick Case Arena. South Florida showdown, NSU walloping Tampa. 4-point game in Tampa 2 months ago. 54-point lead today as Hunter gets called for the offensive foul. And NSU within striking distance of another record. Most points scored in a conference game, 128. They did that on February 16, 2018 against Florida Tech. And you have to think they would break that. Here's Diaz down the lane. Pulled down hard, and he'll go to the stripe.
Shot foul charge number 20, called
Allen Fall will be called for the foul. So this is a big victory for NSU, as it'll get them to 9-2 in conference play and break the tie momentarily with Florida Southern. And that is the game of the night in the Sunshine State Conference. We'll give you some scores in a minute, but Florida Southern and Berry going head-to-head from Jenkins Fieldhouse in Lakeland, 7:30 tonight. And if Berry's able to win that game, the Sharks will have first place outright in the conference. If Florida Southern wins, then both teams will be at 8-2. And those teams, number 8 and 9, or 9-2, excuse me, those teams, 8 and 9 respectively in the country entering play today, with the new poll out early next week. Diaz hits both free throws. Here's Allen Fall to Puisis. Puisis sheds his defender and puts that one in. 127-73. Eddie Puisis now your leading scorer with 22 points. Carnes as we approach 2 minutes remaining in this game. Diaz behind the back dribble. Diaz through three defenders. He had no chance. Now Spidel, Schneider, alley-oop. Hunter, a little short. Hunter just trying to flip that one over his head and couldn't quite get that one in. Almost some razzle-dazzle here at Rick Case. How about this? There's the Sharks, 67% shooting from the floor. Three-pointer miss. Tampa, by the way, very good defensive team. We know we said 5-14 overall, and they're last in the conference, but they've been stingy defensively. And there's a three by Shane Hunter, and that will give the Sharks the single-game record in conference play, 130 points. That'll also give Hunter his first 20-point game as a Shark. And we'll wager to guess it's not going to be his last, as Anderson misses from the corner. Spidel the other way, in and out. Hunter the rebound, lost it. And turnover for NSU, but even with only 5-6 regular guys available to play, the Sharks have just dismantled this very strong defensive unit as Harris connects from downtown. And how about Jacob Harris for a moment? The freshman's going to play all 40 minutes in this game. Hunter misses, got his own rebound. 3 by Puisis. Try to get one more before we end it here. And out on the floor, Carnes unable to get it from point-blank range. Stole it away from Puisis, though. And Harris misses on the layup. And now the shot clock turned off, and the Sharks can dribble it out if they want. 130 points. Most ever scored by a Nova Southeastern team in a Sunshine State Conference play. And what a tremendous performance all across the board here in the South Florida Showdown as the men's basketball team puts their stamp on this one. Win number 15 for Nova Southeastern this season in convincing fashion. Final score 130-76. Most points scored in a Sharks game against Sunshine State Conference competition. The largest margin of victory as well. R.J. Sunahara as it started early and often. Matt Ware raining the 3. Mark Matthews there, one of his 9 assists to Nick Smith. Connor Zanich, who fouled out but had a tremendous game in just 15 minutes, 20 points. Eddie Puisis rating that 3 in. 3 of his 22. Zanich going airborne. Career night for Shane Hunter, 21 points for the freshman. Sunahara the block. And then the dish to Matthews. Mark Matthews doing it himself, calling out his own number. Now here's Matthews on the break, looking like a point guard to Smith. Then a little tic-tac-toe to Bryce Schneider. Sunahara playing cleanup. And Shane Hunter with the jam of the night. And that's how we'll end things here on your highlight package. 130-76, final score, NSU in the win column. Back with more and Coach Jim Crutchfield after this.
Looking for a roommate, he wanted someone super quiet.
Yeah, and he wanted someone to help out with chores, so we got Jean-Pierre.
But one thing we could both agree on was getting Geico to help with renter's insurance.
He loves to vacuum.
Geico sequels. Classic Geico heroes starring in 6 new commercials with jaw-dropping savings.
Which way do I go? I don't know. I'm voting for our sequels.
Geico sequels. Vote and enter to win today.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Your 2 leading scorers in this game were both Tampa Spartans. 24 points for Pat Bacon, 23 points for Martin Lakovich. And what if I were to tell you, despite that, the final score was a 54-point NSU victory. That's what we had here this afternoon, 130-76, as 6 different Shark players in double figures and 3 or 4 Sharks with more than 20 points. Let's look at the team stats here. A sizzling 65% from the floor for NSU. They were dialed in from long range, 15 three-pointers at 54%. More than doubled the rebounding total against Tampa, 78-7. Now that's not a misprint when you look at the bench points, 78-7. Tampa heavily injured, played with just 8 guys and really only had a 6-man rotation, and the points in the paint more than double for the NSU Sharks. So yes, it was a case of just dismantling a undermanned and undermatched team and overmatched team, but still the Sharks were sensational. As we mentioned, 4 players with 20-plus points, including some names you might not expect. Eddie Puisis, your leading scorer for NSU, 6 3-pointers for Puisis, 22 points and 6 rebounds. Shane Hunter, his first 20-point night as a Shark, 9 of 13, 21 points and 6 rebounds. And then a couple of the usual suspects, Mark Matthews, who, if he played regular minutes, probably would have had his first triple-double, 20 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Only had to play 19 minutes with the game being what it was. And Connor Zanich also had 20 points. Lucas Spidel with 10. Nick Smith had 13. And 11 different Sharks overall get on the scoreboard. And as we said for Tampa, when they turn the ball over a ton, you see 27 turnovers. But they did have 2 players that had really nice games. Pat Bacon's second leading scorer in the Sunshine State Conference. It had to basically, at times, be one-man possessions, but 24 points for him. And then a great game for Martin Lakovic, 23 points on 7 of 10 shooting with 6 rebounds. Final score, 130-76. We'll talk to Coach Crutch, who picks up his 420th win after this.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
We're back courtside at Rick Case Arena. Jeremy Marks Peltz with Coach Jim Crutchfield, who gets victory number 420 on his illustrious career and victory number 15 of the season for NSU as an absolute blowout here, 130-76 over Tampa. And Coach, these type of games, I start by informing you that a couple more records broken. Most points in a Sunshine State Conference game in Nova Southeastern history. Also, the biggest blowout in NSU history against a conference opponent.
Wow. We caught Tampa a little shorthanded here, not to make excuses for him, but Coach Smits does a great job. And that team that you saw on the court today for Tampa almost got Florida Southern on the road and beat Lynn last week. But I felt like what we do best is maybe take advantage of where they were weak today in depth, and also maybe they were missing a couple guards. So the press was effective the first half and kind of ended the game early and gave our guys a chance to get a lot of playing time, and also come out of the press the second half, just play some half-court man-to-man.
Well, there are a lot of positives in a game like this, but what were you most pleased by overall as you saw the game unfold?
I think the early pressure. The early pressure was we need to trap hard and chase hard. When you can trap that well and still not give anything up, you're playing pretty good in full court pressure. I thought that was good, and I thought we shared the ball well. I saw at halftime we had 24 assists, ended with 37. I like the fact that guys are in the game and willing to share the ball, no one concerned about their own points.
Yeah, again, Coach, we see this often, especially in the first half, when you go to the five-man substitutions, and your bench, it really paid off with 78 points overall. What's your thought pattern? Is that something that you've been doing for a long time when you have a deep team like you do this year? And what do you like to see, in order to keep going to those substitutions?
Certain games call for certain game plans, and that was obviously the game plan today. Sometimes that's the right plan, sometimes it's not. So, in a game like this, it's really about full court pressure, and it's about keeping fresh bodies on the floor, But I have been doing that for a while. I've been at this now for 16, 17 years, and I would say at least a dozen of those years, at some point in time, I've platooned. I've gone 5 and 5. Sometimes when you're playing a lot of guys, 8, 9, 10 guys, and you're doing the revolving door, you lose a lot of continuity. If you're going to play 10 guys, my theory has been you're better off just to keep them together. I've got guards and big guys on the first unit and second unit going in. They can practice as a unit getting ready for the game. As a coach, you're not wondering, okay, what combination of guys do I have on the floor? I know what combination. They went in as a unit. I know exactly who's on the floor. So it's easier, I think, coaching-wise. It's easier to prepare if they're going to run a set play. And it's easier to get team chemistry with platoon sitting, with platoon subbing. So I've been doing that for a long time.
This is a game where, as you mentioned, it was a consummation of team basketball. You have 4 guys, though, that score at least 20 points. Eddie with 22, Shane 21, Mark Matthews a 20-point night, Connor Zanich a 20-point night. On those 4 guys, what did you see from each one of them?
I thought Connor, who's kind of working his way back from an injury still, trying to get back in the groove, did a pretty good job of measuring when he should drive, when he should shoot. I thought Shane is a guy that just, and he's young, needs to tighten his game up a little bit. I thought this was a good game for him because they have a big guy at 7 foot that he can match up against. He's going to have a hard time guarding Shane on the perimeter because Shane can shoot the 3. Even if it was a close game today, Shane would have been in because I thought it was a good game that suits his style of play, and he would be an effective player for us. But he's a young guy that is a freshman and so young, a young freshman. I'm hoping he's going to be a really good player in this program. And every game he has like this, he gets more confidence. And if you're watching closely, he's not lacking for confidence. He's not afraid to do stuff. Sometimes
I think that left-handed jam probably.
Whether it's behind the back dribbling or whatever it is, usually I got to tone it down a little bit. But it's good for him to see this much playing time.
Anything that you learned from that first game? I know it's they had some injuries, but they're still a very good defensive team. You mentioned. Enjoy the next few days.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, Coach Jim Crutchfield joining us here courtside at Rick Case Arena as Nova Southeastern, the blowout victory, 130-76, the final score over Tampa. So, as we mentioned with the coach, NSU gets their bye weekend, and then there's the schedule. St. Leo comes to town next week. That's actually a 6 p.m. game, so we'll be on a little later than normal. But then comes the gauntlet at Rollins, trying to avenge a loss earlier this season at Eckerd College. So back-to-back road games, and then Lynn, the other team that shocked NSU this season. And you know that game's going to be festive here at Rick Case Arena on February 12th. And you still got Florida Southern on the schedule. You still got another game with Embry-Riddle. You got another game with Barry. So if NSU is going to win the Sunshine State Conference, they are certainly going to have to earn it. But right now, they are in first place, and we'll see what happens in that big Florida Southern Barry game tonight. So that'll do it for us here from Rick Case Arena. Thanks to Trey Valeriano, Max Gallner, the McFadder Tech College television crew, Michael Momini, Director of Athletics at NSU, Michael Stambaugh, and all the rest of the crew helping out. Of course, Coach Jim Crutchfield joining us post-game. My name's Jeremy Marks Peltz. We'll be back with you the day before Super Bowl Sunday here from Rick Case Arena as St. Leo and NSU go head-to-head, 6 p.m. start here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Until then, have a great week, everybody.